So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. Finding room to the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
On second down, here's Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. He got 29 yards that time.
Here we go, fellas. Do some.
They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Now they'll run it on the toss. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. The deception there pays off to perfection. 14 yards on the fake punt and a first down. Now a run for Barner. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
The reason that counter or misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction that starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look. And
now a fumble. The ball's out. And I think the offense got it back. They did. Inside the 10-yard line, they avoid disaster.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Here's Newton now on second down. The quick slant caught. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Greg Olsen, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are now an extra point away from tying up this game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a second down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Breeze. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
To throw is Newton. Buying time to his left. He goes underneath for Anderson. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now Newton steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating. Led NFL quarterbacks in rushing last year. He is truly the ultimate weapon at that position.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Dancing to his left. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
So the illegal forward pass also cost him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Flush to his right, and this one is incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess, and it's 3rd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this is caught at the 8. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Fourth down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. And Gano's kick is right through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Forced out to his left. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Thomas Davis.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at the 45. Now following the interception, here's Newton. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Well, he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes.
C.J. Anderson. Touchdown, Carolina. C.J. Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on 3rd down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, and as you said, picked up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Ready. Waiting.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And his throw here's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude. But I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Breeze. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Ready. We waiting.
Breeze now on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Ready. Yellow waiting.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did, and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Buying time to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Here we go.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Breeze. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And Lutz puts this one through. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And onto the field, here come the Panthers. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the 2nd quarter. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. Steps away to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Demario Davis, got a hand in to break that one up.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball that was coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. The Panthers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now Newton on first down. Smith catches left side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. Running for it. Here's Anderson. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain.
Brandon, this is a good spot in the field to go for it. A lot of coaches call this no man's land. A field goal is no sure thing, and neither is a punt. They made the right choice, went for it, and picked up the first down.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Now Barner. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Newton now to throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Play action. It's Newton. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They'll run. Anderson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. C.J. Anderson with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out on Field comes New Orleans. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Now it's the backup Bridgewater. They'll roll him out right. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. And now it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Julius Peppers in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Well, they had to run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. The second down throw for Bridgewater. Throw to St. Brown, complete on the left side.
Oh,
he will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
A big play there on the catch and run. And even 50 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Rolling to his right. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Shaq Thompson able to run him down for a loss of a yard. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Dancing to his left. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Second down, Bridgewater. Flush to his right. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Try to pound it in, Kamara. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
They'll run it with Kamara. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Yeah, not going to get much better.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Saints are back within a score. Looks good on the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 24-17. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Newton. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. He was going to his left. A little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Here's Ginn. Good footwork at the 30. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to loft one deep left side. And this is caught inside the 5. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 44 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one in the ball.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. They start the drive with Anderson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They go play action here on first down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Marcus Davenport there to take him down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On second down, Anderson slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. The Panthers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Newton. The open man is Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. They'll run. It's Crowder. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Cam's going to run the option right. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Newton. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And Gano's kick is right through. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Bridgewater now on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. Oh, wide open, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there for the Saints. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the gun, Bridgewater. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Dontari Poe in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. He's going to get him running right. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it takes us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Josh Hill, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Important extra point up and through, and that will make this a 4-point game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. And the Saints signal for another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Barner. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He goes underneath for Anderson. A gain of 4 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He'll look to throw. And he gets it to Funchess complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Gano the extra point. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages, as a field goal now can only tie it. Gano out to kick this one away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Meanwhile, in Foxborough, they're in the fourth quarter. The Jets have scored again, so they open up a 2-touchdown advantage. If they can hold on, the win would be number 8 for them on the campaign. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught inside the 10. What a grab. So with a big gainer anyways, they'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down at the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Bridgewater. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Lutz good on the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. Shedding the tackle. They win game number 9, which was their target number in the final game of the year.
And for some teams, that's the best thing that they can do. Achieve their goals. Everyone always talks about getting to the playoffs, winning more games than that. I understand that. But for some teams, getting things going in the right direction to hit their goal, I think that's fantastic. Something to build on.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. I'll be heading to the hotel. Charles, he's off to Bourbon Street.
No, I'm not.
Yes, we say so long from New Orleans.
I like when birds come in. Soon as I got seats in there. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that. You from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. I go back of it. They all come in. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bet on bet.